Here we are on the second part of angle relations, and we're going to look at angles outside the circle. They're trying to escape. We won't let them. All right, so here we have a similar concept to angles inside the circle, but now the angle's outside, and it must be unhappy because we're going to subtract. So again, my formula is arc 1 minus arc 2. There's 1. All over 2 is equal to my angle. Okay, angle of x. All right, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now we're going to subtract the big arc minus the little arc. It's kind of intuitive because if we did it the other way around, we're going to have negative numbers in geometry. Negatives don't work too often. So we're going to do that. Big arc minus little arc over 2 is equal to x. So we got 80 over 2, so 40. All right, so we have x is equal to 40. So 80 over 2 is equal to x. 40 is equal to x. Alrighty? So that's kind of how it's going to work. Big arc minus little arc over 2 is equal to x. So let's take a look at another one. This one, we got to figure out what's going on here. So, of course, we don't make things straightforward as that previous example. So ML is 50, angle J is 38, and we need to find NK. This guy right here. So we're going to call that something. We got to find it. Well, what clues do we have? Well, like I said in the previous video, if you see something like this with circle P as the center, and we intend that to be the diameter. So if this is the diameter, this is 180 minus 50, so this one right here is 130. So we can use our formula now. We can do 130 minus x over 2. Remember, big arc minus small arc over 2 equal to my angle. Exactly what we're going to do. 130 minus x over 2 is equal to 38. And I'm going to go ahead and multiply 2 times 38. So that's 60 plus 16. So that's 76. And we just put 130 minus x is equal to 76. And you can solve this algebra problem in different ways. You can move the x to the other side and subtract by 76. But the bottom line is you can do 130 minus 76 is going to equal to your x. All right? So our angle, our arc measure, silly me, is 58. Yippee-yay. So if I subtracted these two divided by 2, I should get 38. That's one way to check your work. Let's take a look at the last example. Here is, I love these problems because they really make you think. Because the only thing you're given is this angle. Right here, 66. But we have our definition. Big arc minus little arc is equal, over 2 is equal to the angle. Now we do know another definition. The entire thing around this puppy is 360 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up. Now when I don't know something in algebra, I often call it x. Well, let's just call the little arc x. Okay? And when we don't know the big, something like the big arc, this is just this part minus, this is 360 minus this x. This right here is 360 minus x. So this right here is all the big circle minus the little chunk that's taken out over here. These are tangent lines. And it's very important that these are tangent lines and those are points of tangency. Plug it into your formula. Big arc minus little arc divided by 2 is equal to 66. 360 minus x minus my little arc all over 2 is equal to 66. Well, I'm sitting there, oh, great. 2 x's, and they hate each other. They're subtracting one from another, but it's negative. Well, first of all, let's just get rid of this 2 by multiplying. So it's 120 plus 12. So 2 times 66 is 132. Okay? So we got 360 minus x, and in algebra they taught you to combine like terms, so that's just minus 2x is equal to 132. Okay? Well, let's just get everything to one side. Get our numbers to one side, our x to the other side. So what I'm going to do is subtract 360 minus 132. So that's 260 minus 32. So you just knock it out. Boom, boom, boom. And you get 228. And you're going to have 2x is equal to 228. You can leave it as negative 2x is equal to negative 228, but I know that we're going to have positive, so I don't worry about it. So I'm just going to divide that by 2. That's 100 plus 14, so 228 divided by 2 is 114. Okay? So my x right here, come on pin, 114. And I just put 114 right here to get my big arc. So 360 minus 114. And this big arc is 246. Study this problem. This is one of my favorites. Love it. If I was writing the test, I would have one of these on there. Alrighty. Till next time. Garage is calling. No.